5 Emmerdale spoilers for next week, 27th to 31st May. Hey Emmerdale fans, welcome back to our channel where we bring you all the latest gossip and spoilers from your favourite soap. Next week on Emmerdale, the drama heats up with Ethan uncovering a shocking secret just before collapsing, Leyla determined to unearth Ella's hidden truth, Tom struggling to regain control of his life, and Cain contemplating a fresh start away from the village. Buckle up, because it's going to be a rollercoaster ride. Let's dive into the details for the week of 27th to 31st May. Sekarak yen sonan sadi. Ethan uncovers a secret. All right, Emmerdale fans, brace yourselves because next week's episodes are going to be absolutely gripping. Ethan's storyline takes a dramatic turn, starting with a major incident at home. Poor Ethan suddenly collapses, putting his life in serious danger, but not before he stumbles upon a jaw-dropping secret between two villagers. Talk about bad timing. Ethan's situation is already quite dire. He's been facing the repercussions of a hit-and-run incident involving Nikki, who's currently in an induced coma. It all started when Ethan, over the limit after drinking, panicked and moved Nikki from the car before fleeing the scene as Moira approached. Guilt consumed him, especially after seeing Nikki in the hospital, which led him to confess everything to his dad, Charles. Charles, feeling his son needed to take responsibility, made the tough decision to call the police. Ethan was promptly arrested, and Nikki's parents, Caleb and Ruby, were left reeling when they discovered the truth about Ethan's involvement. The news spread quickly through the Dingle clan, and tensions rose, especially after Ethan was run down by a car just outside the village. Ethan, bloodied and battered, managed to stagger back home before collapsing. Although he initially claimed not to have seen who hit him, it was later revealed that he knew it was Ruby. When he confronted her at home, she chillingly warned him that if Nikki didn't pull through, she'd come back to finish what she started. Scary stuff, right? As his court date looms, Ethan is preparing for what seems to be an inevitable prison sentence. Despite the initial fallout with Charles over the decision to call the police, they've managed to reconcile. Charles stands by his son, supporting him through what could be Ethan's last days of freedom. It's heartwarming to see them united, even though the path to this point has been rocky. Kevin Matherin, who plays Charles, shared some insights, explaining that despite the turbulence, Ethan and Charles have dealt with the situation as a family. Ethan's initial concerns about his career and the implications of being a lawyer in prison have shifted. Through deep conversations with his father, Ethan has come to realize that doing the right thing is more important, no matter the consequences. The drama doesn't end there. Ethan faces another moral dilemma when he overhears a suspicious conversation between Ruby and newcomer Rose in the churchyard. The fact that these two even know each other is surprising, but what Ethan hears next is downright shocking. He's left wondering if he should share this information with Rose's daughter, Dawn. Dawn, as if she doesn't have enough on her plate, is already grappling with the reappearance of her estranged mother, Rose, and her baby son Evan's leukemia diagnosis. Talk about emotional overload. Ethan, burdened with the knowledge of this secret conversation, turns to Charles for advice. Kevin Matherin describes how Ethan vaguely confides in Charles, sharing just enough to get some sound advice without revealing too many details. The overarching theme of doing the right thing continues to resonate throughout this storyline, influencing Ethan's next steps. Encouraged by Charles, Ethan decides to inform Dawn about what he heard. He leaves her a voice message, taking the brave step to ensure she knows the truth, despite the potential fallout. This act underscores the moral struggle Ethan has been facing and highlights the importance of honesty and integrity. Next week's episodes are set to be intense and emotional, with Ethan's life hanging in the balance and the potential for even more explosive revelations. Make sure you don't miss out on all the action in Emmerdale. It's going to be a week full of suspense, drama, and heart-wrenching moments. 1. Ethan uncovers a secret. 2. Ethan collapses. Ethan is all suited up and ready to head to court, facing his biggest challenge yet. Before leaving, he shares a heartfelt moment with Charles, knowing this could be their last private conversation for a while. It's an emotional goodbye as they both try to keep their spirits up. But then, things take a terrifying turn. Charles steps into the kitchen for a moment, trying to reassure Ethan that his time in prison will pass quickly. However, when he returns to the living room, he finds Ethan collapsed on the floor. The shock and horror on Charles's face say it all. This is a dire situation. Charles, panicking, desperately tries to revive Ethan using the little CPR he knows. But Ethan isn't responding, and the fear in Charles's eyes is heartbreaking. Just when things seem hopeless, Manpreet arrives, bringing a glimmer of hope. She takes over the CPR, but the time that's already passed leaves Charles more stressed and anxious about Ethan's chances. Kevin Matherin, who plays Charles, shares that Charles's panic is palpable. Knowing a bit of CPR is one thing, but seeing someone you love unresponsive is terrifying. Manpreet's presence is a relief, but the situation remains critical. Will Ethan pull through? That's the big question hanging over the village. The potential loss of Ethan is a heavy blow for the family. They've already been through so much, with people coming and going, each departure breaking them a bit more. Just as they're starting to piece things back together, even seeing Manpreet and Claudette bonding, this happens. It's like they can't catch a break. So, next week is going to be a rollercoaster of emotions. Keep your tissues handy because the drama in Emmerdale is reaching new heights. We're all on the edge of our seats, hoping for Ethan's recovery, and wondering how the family will cope with yet another devastating blow. Stay tuned for all the heart-wrenching moments. 3. Leyla investigates Ella's past. All right, Emmerdale fans. There's more intrigue in the village as the mystery surrounding Ella deepens. Leyla is on a mission to uncover the secrets of Ella's past, driven by sheer curiosity and suspicion. It all started when Manpreet discovered Ella sleeping in her car, which immediately raised red flags. Things only got more curious when Liam offered Ella a place to stay, and Mandy saw a childhood photo of Ella, which Ella quickly snatched away. In a recent episode, we saw Ella visiting an elderly lady named June Phillips in a nearby care home. The relationship between Ella and June wasn't clear, but it was evident that June means the world to Ella. Despite June's dementia, Ella sat with her, looking through a photo album, cherishing their time together. Manpreet, visiting another patient, saw Ella and confronted her, leading to a tense exchange. Ella gave Manpreet a lift back to the village, and, while tearfully refusing to elaborate on who June was, she confirmed that June was the most important person in her life. This heartfelt moment showed a different side of Ella, hinting at a deeper story. Manpreet promised to keep this to herself, not mentioning it to Liam. Meanwhile, Leyla's suspicions are growing. After failing to find any trace of Ella on social media, she's even more determined to dig up information about her ex-husband's new partner. Leyla's relentless search for answers is bound to lead to some dramatic revelations as she tries to piece together the puzzle that is Ella. Next week, things take another turn when Manpreet shares a piece of information about Ella with Liam. This prompts Liam to decide it's time to take matters into his own hands. Will this lead to Ella finally opening up about her past, or will it push her further into secrecy? The suspense is building, and we're all eager to find out the truth about Ella. Will Leyla's investigation uncover the hidden details of Ella's life, or will Liam's approach bring about a different outcome? Either way, the village is in for some intense drama as this mystery unfolds. Stay tuned, Emmerdale fans. Sveyor, Tom tries to regain control. Belle's storyline is about to take another dark turn. After the dramatic events of last week, where Belle bravely stood up to Tom, things have only gotten worse for her. Tom, who has been coercively controlling and now physically abusive, has twisted the situation to make Belle's family worry about her mental health rather than his abusive behavior. With Belle having endured months of manipulation and now physical abuse, Tom's latest tactic is to paint Belle as the problem, exploiting her past mental health struggles. This manipulation has Belle's family doubting her, adding to her isolation and making her situation even more distressing. Next week, Belle takes a significant step that disrupts Tom's control, making him increasingly paranoid about what she might do while he's not pulling the strings. Her act of defiance leaves Tom on edge, worried that his hold over her might be slipping. His concern grows when he learns that Belle has asked Lydia to visit her instead of him. Tom's reaction to Belle's request for Lydia's visit is chilling. Feeling his control slipping, Tom concocts a sinister plan to regain his dominance over Belle. His determination to maintain control shows just how dangerous he can be, and the lengths he's willing to go to keep Belle under his thumb are frightening. Belle's struggle is a powerful reminder of the realities of coercive control and domestic abuse. Her courage in standing up to Tom is inspiring, but the danger she faces is very real. Tom's manipulation and the family's misguided concerns highlight the complexities and challenges of escaping an abusive relationship. As the storyline unfolds, we're all holding our breath for Belle. Will she manage to break free from Tom's grasp? Will her family see through Tom's manipulation? Next week is set to be intense, and we're all rooting for Belle to find the strength and support she needs to overcome this harrowing situation. Stay tuned, Emmerdale fans, because the drama is far from over. 5. Cain considers leaving Emmerdale. Cain's got a lot on his plate in the upcoming episodes of Emmerdale. With news that his son Kyle is being bullied again at school, Cain finds himself questioning whether it's time for a change. The thought of giving Kyle a fresh start in a new environment weighs heavily on his mind as he grapples with what's best for his son. As the bullying situation intensifies, Cain starts seriously considering the idea of moving away from Emmerdale. The safety and well-being of his son are his top priorities, and he's willing to make tough decisions to ensure Kyle's happiness and security. The big question on everyone's minds is whether the family will ultimately choose to leave the village behind in search of a brighter future for Kyle. Thanks for watching, Emmerdale fans. We hope you enjoyed this sneak peek into the drama unfolding in the village next week. Don't forget to tune in to catch all the action from the 27th to the 31st of May. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more Emmerdale updates, and leave your comments below with your thoughts on what's to come. Until next time, take care and happy watching.